Cool. Okay. Okay, so I am looking at checkpoint 2, and I don't have anything from you. Were you able to do it? Let me see.
First of all, it's like this is my thing. Like I'm listen. It's just too much going on. It really is. I be trying to get my 40 minutes. I be trying to get it turned in at the same time. Then I'm not used to this. Like we all on the computer, so it's like I be having to rush trying to send in and all that. Sometimes I don't know what be wrong, but sometimes like for the last couple of days it's been updating. So like all my work has been like erased. Cause even
On
some of the
Summit, you mean?
yeah, like I start a Google Doc or whatever, like your project, I started it, and then I went back, and I had to restart it. I don't know what be going on, but my computer be on some other type of time. It just be updating, and then when I go back, it just be blank, like I never did nothing.
Huh. And that's on Summit? Like, it
That be
erases
on
on there?
Summit, and when I'm using like
Hmm. I don't know what's occurring there, like with that. But I do know that, excuse me. Sorry. I do know that you can, I'm gonna paste the poem in checkpoint 2 for you because this is let me share my screen. I have your checkpoint 2 up on my computer. It was that giving poem that we talked about. I know you were in class, and I know you probably did it, and it's just getting all
That's what I'm
messed
saying.
up.
Like when I be trying to like submit and all that, and then when it go submit, and then I turn around, and my computer be update. Oh, that one. That's the one
Yeah.
we did the other day, right?
Mm-hmm. So I'm pasting it into here this is in Summit, on your Summit checkpoint 2. And then these were all the comments. So do you want me to, as like people are coming in, hi Gianna.
Is Mike?
Hi Gianna. Oh, she's connecting to audio. Okay. Let me just give her this. Okay, Quay. So if you log into Summit now, this should be on your checkpoint 2.
All right.
And you could answer the questions and add comments today. So just a reminder that I'll keep this up. This is the comments that we came up with as a class. So if you
So wait, if it's in my summit, that should come out with it, right?
what?
The comments and stuff.
If you go into the Google Doc, the comment should come up.
All right. Then you don't
But
got to keep
not
me.
on what?
I said that. Hold on, I'm about to say. Not this.
We got a new checkpoint.
What?
We got a new checkpoint.
No, we're gonna be working on, I put some feedback on checkpoint 2. Christina, I was just looking at yours. Hold on. So these 2 questions, Christina, I didn't see it done on yours. So we're gonna have some time today to do it. But I want to, is it 9:05 yet?
On checkpoint, what? Which one?
It was checkpoint 2. Let me get this meeting up.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Okay, you don't have to do it now because we're going to do community meeting. Hi, Kat.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. We're just waiting. Hi, Gianna again. I think you came back now. Cool. So we have Gianna's back now. All right. So should we wait excuse me. Should we wait like 2 minutes? Let's wait till 9:07. Hi, everyone. The community question meeting is up for the day. So if you guys would like to think about this, we're going to share. So what was the best piece of advice you've been given and who was it from? Or it could just be like a good piece of advice. It doesn't have to be the best. But if you can't think of one, think of like a quote that you live by. And we're going to share at let's say 9:08. Oh, Gianna put hers in the chat. Okay, so it's 9:08. Let's start. So Gianna says, my dad always told me, don't be someone that says, I should have, could have, would have. Nice. I like that. So like take direct action. Do it today instead of just being like, I'll do it. I'll do it at some point. Good. Anybody else want to share theirs or who wants to go next? You can put it in the chat or you could say it with your voice. And remember, everybody has to go before we move on. I'll go. Mine is not like the best advice. It's just like some good advice. My dad always says that you should focus on yourself first before anybody else. And that was I feel like that's pretty good advice to help me like focus on if I'm doing okay before I make sure that other people are doing okay. And it's something I've always been working on. Yeah, so I try to ground myself in that. Quay, Christina, Kat, do you guys have some advice that was good that you were given?
I can share mine. It's not that interesting as well, but my dad would always say, like, just do it. I know that's like the Nike like thing, but like he wasn't saying it in terms of like Nike. He would just say like just do it. And like I guess it sounds harsh when I say it right now, but it was more because like I tend to overthink things. So I think when I was younger, he would just say like just do it, like right or wrong, just do something because right now you're not doing anything. So I tend to think about that when I get stuck and I like overthink things because I just need to make a decision.
Mm. Yeah. Gianna
Yeah,
says, I love how all our dads give good advice. That's very true. It's like, that's so interesting that it's like, that's kind of interesting that it's the dad who's giving some good advice. I wonder if anybody has like a mom advice or like,
My
um,
mom always told me to keep pushing. Period. I don't know about that dad stuff, but yeah, my
keep
mom always
pushing. Okay. And how does that like affect you quite? Like, do you ever repeat that in your mind?
repeat what?
Like that to keep pushing in your mind?
Yeah, not even that. She remind me every day. Or I tend to like wake up sometimes and like, all right, yeah, I can't. I be like, all right, today's just not gonna be a I can't day. Like I'm gonna just keep pushing. Or like I replayed in my head all the years she didn't said it. Like, all right, yeah, now I know to keep pushing because I didn't hear it and replayed it in my head over and over.
Mm, I love that. So it's kind of like we start hearing that in our head, or like we tell ourselves that in order to get out of bed or to like keep going. Um, that's a really good point. Um, and last, Christina, do you have anything that somebody said to you and kind of stuck? Sorry, my allergies are very bad, so if I'm scratching my eyes, that's what's happening. Christina, where are you? Okay, well, while she's waiting, I think it's important that or helpful to have like a quote or a mantra or like something that you can ground yourself in when things get hard. Um, just as Quay said, like she says this to herself in the morning sometimes. And it's interesting that we talk to ourselves in our head like a lot and we don't realize we do it. And we call that self-talk. Like if you hear about like negative or positive self-talk, but it sounds like, you know, if you have these quotes that are really positive, you can ground yourself in some positive self-talk. Um, and yeah, I think it's important to have like motivation in the form of a phrase or something. Some people put stuff like, how many people have stuff like in their room? Christina said, my mom said, be careful who you call your friend. People are snakes. That is interesting. Has anybody had that experience?
She ain't never lied.
You had that experience, Quay?
Yeah, once or twice.
You chose the wrong friends.
It wasn't even like you know how like you choose your friends wisely, I guess, and they just go the wrong way, and you be like, oh yeah, I'm popular because of them, because they're popular because of association. No, I learned my way the hard way plenty of times. Nope, that's why I stick to myself.
Mm. And Gianna's mom said the same thing. It's interesting because like, is it better to stick to yourself, or like, do we need like people?
You can stick to yourself because you won't get at least you know you won't get as a minimum of trouble as you was in a group of friends.
Mm. And Christina has the same view. Like she says, I'm cool off friends. Um, Gianna says,
if
oh,
you
go
let
ahead.
people come to you because like they'll see like you have the same type of interests as them and stuff instead
So
of just forcing a friendship with somebody.
like they'll find you if they're the right person.
Yeah.
That's a good philosophy. Like, just let them just be you and let them come to you.
Yeah.
I like that. I'll say as like I've gotten older, like I don't call the same people. I have maybe one or two friends that have lasted throughout the years that have been my friend for like 10 years or so, but most of them we've had our differences. They've gone an interesting path. We've had fights and just never talked again. So I'll say as you get older, it gets even like it just is the same thing. But I think I'm at the point where I realize you have to have one or two people around you that are going to like be your community, like the good, like solid people though. And for some people that's your family, right? Some people are just like, I have my mom and my sister and that's it. And that's cool too. What about you, Kat? How do you feel about friends and
Yeah. I was gonna say I agree with you. As I got older, I started to notice the types of people I click with, and I noticed that when I was younger, it took me longer to realize when a friendship wasn't working out. But like through the years, there's just some things that you notice that you're like, oh, this happened in my past. Like, I don't know if I want to stay in this friendship, relationship, whatever, because it's kind of like a red flag. And like, I think it's good to give people a chance, but as soon as like they give too many signals, I think it's also good to move on from it. And I think that's helped me just keep the people around that I actually click with and that are making me better. And then the people that I don't click with, it's not like we always have blowout fights. It's just that we start to distance, which I think happens naturally when you don't click anymore, because what is there to talk about, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's real. Gianna says, it used to be so naive when it came to my friendships. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to be because we want people around us. We want to have fun, right? Like do the thing that everybody's doing. I'm the same way. I mean, I still like when the world is open, I still tend to like lean into like, oh yeah, let's go to dinner, let's do this, like, and thinking I needed people to do those things. But it's better to be alone than with the wrong people. How about that? That's my new quote.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking the same thing. I do that too. Like sometimes I try to catch up with people and just get dinner with them, like maybe a couple times through the year. But then I realized there's no benefit out of that friendship. I'm not sure why I keep it up anymore. But
Gianna said self dates in the chat. That's yep.
yeah.
Or like, yeah, just learning how to be okay on your own, but also like I do think you need people, but like it's so scary to be on your own. Hi, Sammy. Hi, Naima. Nice to see you guys.
Good morning. I wanted to talk to you about I really just started everything this week. Like I'm supposed to be at work right now.
Okay.
Instead I'm on school.
Okay.
And I'm running a little bit late, and I wanted to know, like, is it a way that you could be able to send me my work while I'm at school? Because I'm not going to be able to be on here all the time.
Well, so I could post announcements about like what checkpoint we're doing.
Okay.
But all the stuff will be on Summit.
Okay. Because I tried to figure it out yesterday when I went to go do it after, I got off of work and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really know what to do, and I was stuck. And I was going to reach out to you, but I didn't want to disturb you at that time of night. So.
Right. So that's fine, Naima. Did you copy and paste this poem? Let's just hang around for a second. I'll tell you like where we're at.
Okay.
So yeah, and you can always reach out, and I will answer your email in the morning if it's too late or something. So you're fine reaching out. We're gonna finish this community meeting though, and then I'll come back around to your question.
Okay.
Cool. So Sammy came in, Quay.
Thank you.
No problem. Um, all right. So really quick for everybody. Okay, so sorry, got sidetracked. Thank you all for sharing. Does anybody have anything else to add to our conversation for community meeting about like friendships, about advice? There were some really good points made. So I think you guys, you've learned a lot, it seems. All right. So my one big announcement for today is before we start class is at 11:30. So whatever class you have at 11:30, you won't have it. At 11:30, we're having an all school assembly. It's an award ceremony where you'll get your awards from progress reports and from the teachers. So teachers pick certain students that they think are like doing a really good job or like have really good insight, and they might not have the best grades, right? And then you will also get your Amazon gift card for all the classes you're passing. So it's $5 for every class you pass. So if you are passing all your classes on your progress report, it's like $25. So the link to that Zoom, I need to did you guys get that link in an email? The link to this all school assembly Zoom?
I don't
You
think I
did.
got it. I don't know. I got to check.
Gianna got it. Can you guys just double check that you got it in your email inbox? And if not, I'm gonna just put the link in the chat so that you can make sure that you are there because
It's today.
what?
It's today.
Yes, 11:30 today.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me do my If I do my the things I got yellow in, you gonna turn to green.
Well, it's not gonna count for today though. Like all the data is already in. So whatever it says on your progress report, Christina, that's what you're gonna get the $5 for. Let me just double check where this is.
Oh yeah, I got it.
You didn't get it, Sammy?
No.
Hold on. Oh, here it is.
Can you resend my the email or whatever it is?
You know what? Let me just do this really quick to all the students. Okay, so I'm sending it again, like to all students, um, so that you have the link too in your email inbox. All right, so I think we can start now. So I wanted to go into, we are going to be working from today. We're going to, oh, does anybody have any questions about the awards assembly? Quick. You will not have your 11:30 class. All right, if there are no questions, then we can start. All right, so today I looked at everybody's checkpoint 2. Reminder that checkpoint 2 was this poem that we read, and we had that discussion on about giving. And most of you did a really good job adding comments. And some of you did the 2 questions. Like some of you just put your thoughts for the 2 questions. If you look in your summit, you will see that I gave feedback if you submitted it to me. And it mostly says like, let's add like a quotation, let's add some evidence today on the questions, on the 2 questions at the bottom. So today what I wanted to do was focus a little bit on paragraph writing. Hi, Isaac. Good morning. It's nice to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Isaac, we're working on checkpoint 2, and I will share the poem with you. And you have to copy and paste it into checkpoint 2.
I'm not able to get into my account still.
On Summit?
Say that my account was disabled.
Right. So do you have a phone and a computer?
Yeah.
Okay, can you go on to Summit on your phone? Go to summitlearning.org. And then click login. And enter enrollment code. And you need to enter 1 enrollment code before you get into Summit. Sorry guys, just have patience really quick, I'm sorry.
What's the enrollment code?
Let me pull it up. I sent all of these to you also. So these will be in your email inbox, but for this class, it's this one. 638B dash 8, sorry, 638B dash E363. Then it should let you go in and blah, blah, blah. Did it work?
I'm still logging into my account.
Okay. Well, now you have the, oh, sorry, go ahead.
It brought me to like this screen that I'm stuck at.
Okay, if it's a video, you have to play the video till the end. And then press continue.
Am I able to skip it?
Yeah, just skip it till the end and then it'll light up continue. And then you should be good, Isaac. Like you should be, it should let you in now. And your job is to go back in and enter all the enrollment codes on your computer. Okay. And then I'll assign you the English 3 work right now. Thank you guys for being patient. We have a few people who still, who are just getting into Summit. Okay, so now let's talk checkpoint 2. So we read this poem. I sent it to everybody on Gmail. Most people, in order to get full credit, you have to have the annotations. So you see how this person like has all of her annotations. She's explaining what's happening in the poem. She's using like repetition, metaphor, those words for poetic devices. So that was what we did last class. Now, I noticed that in people's questions, they maybe wrote 1 or 2 sentences, right? Like, what is the message of this poem and what devices give it meaning? But I really want us to push ourselves and be writing paragraphs at this point. So paragraph is usually 5 to 7 sentences. So we are going to turn our question number 2 into a paragraph. So where it says, what is the message of this poem? We're going to turn that into a paragraph today. But first I have a question for you guys, just so I could see where you're at. What are the parts of a paragraph? Like, do you remember the names of things that are like the parts of like what comes first, what comes second? Who can tell us?
Isn't it like the intro, like a topic? Then like,
So the first, and I want you guys to write this in your, like by your question too, so that you know what you're gonna do. The first thing is a topic sentence. That's what I think you're talking about. So topic sentence, right? If we were to answer the question, what is the message of this poem? What might a topic sentence, how might it start out?
the message of this poem is.
Perfect.
Or I believe the message of this poem is.
Yeah, the message of this poem is blank. And a lot of you already have that, right? You have what you had them, a lot of you had like a topic sentence. The message of this poem is, let me share some because that might be interesting to hear. What'd you write, Gianna? Gianna said, the message of this poem is that giving matters in any shape or form. Giving and receiving are both acts of living healthily, and it brings back good karma. Perfect. So that could even be like your 2 topic sentences. So you're all checked off for that. And also Sammy had a good topic sentence too. He said, the message I got from this poem was that I think you meant that people should care, or like, because you put is caring, but maybe like people should care about each other, something like that. Okay, so good. Topic sentence comes first. Now, after topic sentence in a paragraph, because we need to have 5 to 7 sentences, what do you think is going to come next?
The details.
Okay, the details. Where are we getting details from? Like if we're talking about a poem, where are we getting the details from?
You breaking down like what you believe the message of this poem is.
Okay, so you're saying more topic sentence
You
stuff?
elaborate in the topic sentence.
Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna go, I think what you're saying is like, is true. Like you could have 1 or 2 sentences for the topic sentence. But whenever teachers are like, use evidence in your answer, like give us a quote, right? Or like give us something from the poem or the story. So the next one is actually evidence. And how do we start off usually in evidence? Like, how do we introduce evidence? Or a quote, and I'll put quote / quote. I would start it off,
Like, evidence from like the poem.
yes. So
I would like take like a piece of the poem and quote it.
so definitely quotation marks, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna also offer you guys that we need to use the author's name. So Rio says blank, right? And then we put our quotations and then quotations. Or we can say, let me make this bigger. The author, right, describes giving as blank and put the actual quote from the poem. Or you can say, and you guys, can you write this on your checkpoint, your second checkpoint? Because you're gonna have to like add these parts. Or you can say, like the author said he gave once, but blank. And then you might have like a quote that comes from the story. So there's two ways of introducing evidence. You could use this like the more typical way where it's like the author says blank. The author describes blank, right? That's how we do it. But you could also start writing your own sentence. The author said he gave to someone once, but he was harmed, or something that comes from the poem. Okay, so for this paragraph, I want you to have one quote so we could practice. All right. The thing that comes after that is, so we have TE. What comes after the evidence or the quote? What should you do?
The conclusion.
Yeah, or like, I would say explain the quote, right? Like explain what that quote means.
Yeah.
And it is going to conclude your paragraph, right? But
Yeah.
this is also called analysis. So we can just say explain the quote, or we call it analysis. You might see that like in other places. If a teacher tells you in high school or college, like, where's your analysis of the quote, right? It's just a fancy word for explanation and how that quote shows your topic sentence. So like how that quote adds to the message, right? So, and then I think you could do what Gianna said too, like a concluding sentence. If you're missing out on 5 to 7 sentences, but it should be enough here. So there should be like 4 parts.
Copy all at the checkpoint too.
Yeah, or Christina, all you need to do is like make sure you're copying down the 4 parts that need to go in a paragraph, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are sentence starters for you. So when you go to write down the paragraph, this will be helpful for you, these other things. So yeah, where you're writing this is on checkpoint 2. If you scroll all the way down, you should have these 2 questions, right? You're writing it under, what is the message of this poem? That's where your paragraph is going to go. And some people like started that, but they're going to add to it today. Hold on 1 minute. Let me just X out of all this stuff.
Hold on, so I'm confused. Like, we answered the 2 questions with this?
Right. So like do you see, Christina, it says on question 2, it says, what is the message of this poem, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are going to say the message of this poem is whatever you think. That's your topic sentence. But I'm asking that you're giving a quote from the poem that shows the message of the poem. So like,
Okay.
yeah, this is basically just the structure of what I want the answer in
Okay.
for number 2, right? So let's do a sample. The message of this poem, and let's put the title. The message of the poem, when giving is, what is it? Is all you have? Is all we have. Is, and I'm gonna use, Gianna, can I use your message for our
Yeah.
sample? Okay. Cool. So you see how Gianna did it here? Like she just put it underneath her question so she knows like which parts of the paragraph. I know it's a little weird to do this like note taking and then doing like where do I keep my notes and stuff. So I'm just using Gianna's, right? Is that giving matters in any shape or form. Giving and receiving are both acts of living healthy, and it brings, and giving also brings back good karma. Okay, so that's like her topic sentence, right? She has the message of the poem. Now, we want a quote from the poem that shows that giving is a good act of karma, right? Or that giving and receiving matter in any form. So let's go back to the poem. Did you choose a quote already, Gianna, that you want to use?
No.
Something about like the karma. Now, if you looked at your notes, sometimes you could see where we talked about karma or like where we talked about
Yeah.
giving being like different things. And where did we talk about karma?
I think it was by number 2.
Number 2, giving as many faces.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I think perhaps it was its story is old, the plot worn in pages 2, but we read this book anyway over and again. So you might, I think that that quote is going to like lead you to like talking about karma and how we just keep doing it because it's like human nature, right? That could be your explanation. So let's just use it as an example. You want to take this, you want to use this quote. Okay. Rio says, and I'm going to put my quote. Oh, Lord, now it's all. Sorry, just give me a second. Okay. Rio says, and I took a line, just a line to show you guys how we can do this. I just want to tell you something really quick. In a poem or anything that has like, it's not paragraphs, like it kind of like goes down. Anytime that the sentence moves to the next line, you put a slash. So like its story is old, the plot worn in the pages too, then this part is like below it. And then I'm gonna do a period and end the quotes. Okay, so now we have this part, right? We have the evidence part. We have this one, check. And then we have the evidence. We just put it in. Make sure, I tell you guys this all the time, make sure you're putting quotation marks if something comes from another place that's not you. Put quotation marks, please, please, please. All right. Now we need the explanation of the quote. So how does this quote show that giving and receiving are good karma? Living healthy, good karma. My explanation might be something like, Rios is comparing giving to a book, to an old book that humans have read forever, like since the beginning of time. The reason, or you can even say, I think the reason why giving continues is because it's a cycle, right? It's a cycle, and if we continue to do it, it'll come back to us. Okay. So let's like count the lines. I mean, it might not be, oh yeah, it's exactly five sentences. I'm gonna stretch you guys to like, even if it's 4 sentences, as long as you have these parts, I would say that that's fine. Like as long as it's a structured paragraph. So what we're gonna do now, does anybody have any questions about like the paragraph form? And this is something you guys do all the time in school, like in actual in-person school. But I just wanna like bring it back to kind of like online school so that we could be writing these nice paragraphs. Are there any questions just about any of these parts? Okay, so if there are no questions, you can take my part, you could take this notes, you could use my paragraph, like you could take a picture of it or something if you need to know like how yours should look. With that though, what I want you to do right now, go to checkpoint 2, question number 2, right? What is the message of this poem? Write a 5 to 7 sentence paragraph answering this question. Now for Gianna and Sammy, what you guys need to add is the evidence and the explanation. You already have a topic sentence. Everyone else though needs to do like start from their topic sentence. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys until 10:05 to write this paragraph to the best of your ability. And then I'm gonna check it on your checkpoint. And we're gonna kind of like look at different people's paragraphs. Are we good on what you're doing until 10:05? Type in the chat. If you have questions, if you're completely confused, also type that in the chat. Please speak up. Sammy, yes. Because I'm regrade, like for this paragraph part, I'm going back in and regrading it for the next progress report. The reason why you got a green was because for the first progress report, I just had to put like that everybody did what they needed to do up until that point. All right, any other questions? Okay, so you have a little bit of free writing time, 10 minutes. I will put this back up. Now, when I give you guys free writing time, I'm expecting that when I go into the checkpoints, I'm going to see writing, right? So like you're taking this time to actually do the thing. I know over the summer and spring, sometimes I would give free writing time and it was just like, where is your work? Like, what is happening? While you're doing this, I'm going to take attendance.
Where's Christina? My fault. I was taking I was in the bathroom. What were we doing?
This.
That's on Summit.
Yes, I pasted it on your Summit Quay on checkpoint 2.
All right, I got you.
Just gonna grab something from the side. Oh, crap. All right, we have about 7 more minutes left. How are people doing with their paragraphs? Good so far. How about you, Isaac? Sammy, Christina, how are you guys doing? I know Quay said she was getting to it. Christina says good. Sammy, what about you?
Doing all right.
Okay. Okay, who will be done in 2 minutes? Just write in the chat if you think you're going to be done. Christina, Gianna just finished. What about everyone else? Like Quay, where are you at? Isaac, where are you at? Sammy? Because if you guys let me know, I'm going to just look at maybe Christina and Gianna's first and like give them some feedback, and then you can continue working. And I might even let you guys out a little bit early today since it's Friday, but we need to see if everybody's finished. Oh, this is Sammy's. I'm sorry, Sammy. I'm like in your thing. Good job, Gianna. I'm just gonna be annoying and tell you that the period goes inside the quotations when you do evidence.
Thank you.
And then this, I like how you're saying in this quote or in that quote, Rios is stating like you're introducing that. And then unviewable. I don't know why that is red. Is that not a, unviewable is a word.
I got a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So instead of going to the next period class, we going straight to the assembly?
No, it's the one after the next class because the assembly doesn't start till 11:30.
That's what I'm saying. My next class don't start till next 11:30.
Oh yeah, so if you don't have a class after this, then yes, Quay. A lot of people have a class right after this though. Good job, Gianna. I love how I could see all the parts. Really well organized paragraph. And I'm gonna go ahead and give Gianna a green. Send it back to her. Cool. And Gianna, I'm going to just have you hang around until 10:10. And then I'm fine with letting people who are done and who've done like a really good job, use the time wisely. I'm fine with letting you guys go at 10:10. Okay, so Christina, you said you were done too. So I'm just gonna, cause it's a little bit, because we gotta just put everything together. And I'm requesting editing on yours, Christina. So if you could go to it and just like say, I could do it. Cool, perfect. I'm just gonna make it so that like your paragraph is, maybe that's why you didn't do it. What is happening? Make sure to put capital letters, guys. I'm gonna take this out because like you could just go right to the evidence. Good job, Christine. I see you're trying to put some of the quotation marks. Just make sure that they're like going the right way. Christina, are you on your summit? Can you just go through and like do capital letters by doing shift and the letter every time you start a sentence? Nice. I love this explanation. Perfect. So all I'm asking of you, Christina, right now is look at these red lines. This is for everybody. If you have red lines, it means like something's spelled wrong. Just that like alerts your mind to go back and check it. And also, Christina, put the capitals for the first letter. But I really like your explanations. And I think you did a good job with putting your evidence in quotes. Good job. But just go back in. I'm going to give you a yellow right now. Keep it at a yellow. Go back in and fix those little like spelling things. All right. So at this point, if you have gotten your paragraph checked, you may go. I hope you have a good weekend. I hope to see you at 11:30. If I have not checked your paragraph, stick around. I'll open it up. You're not done yet, Sammy? Okay. I see that you're kind of like introducing your quote. It looks like it looks good so far. Just make sure to put the quotation mark at the beginning, okay, of that quote.
Is this going at the bottom of the checkpoint too?
Yeah.
I'm doing the wrong thing. All right.
No, where did you put it? Just copy and paste whatever you have, Quay, and put it at the bottom.
I was doing the wrong checkpoint. That's my fault.
Oh, okay. And then Isaac. Isaac, how are you doing? Because I think I need to assign this to you. Hold on. Christina, you're free to go when you make those tiny corrections. Oh. Okay, Isaac, you are in here. Aha, I need to assign the second checkpoint to you.
Are you still editing on mine? So it's not letting me get on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me X out. It should let you do it now. All right, Isaac, you just received the checkpoint 2, and you also, I emailed you the poem. So if you could copy and paste the poem into the checkpoint 2, you might have to read it and like do some comments, but you're also responsible for this paragraph that people are writing about the meaning of the poem. Does that make sense? Quay, how is your paragraph coming along? I know you put it in the wrong spot, but. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do is, because I have a meeting at like literally right after this class, I have to like onboard another student. So what we're gonna do is make sure that your paragraphs are written and submitted, like you press request feedback. I will look at them this weekend and give you like your final color on it. Next week we will be starting a new, I think we're going to be doing a spoken word poem next week. So we'll be starting a new poem to kind of talk about, and you guys are going to do a little thing that's different than just annotating. So does anybody have any questions about what's due by Tuesday? You're just finishing your paragraph. Okay, and then just a reminder, 11:30, click on that Zoom link and we will see you in the whole school assembly, okay? Kat, do you have anything you want to say or you're good?
I'm good for now. I'm excited to see this assembly because it's something that I've never experienced before. I think that's so cool that you get Amazon gift cards for having greens. I think that's neat.
Right, it's kind of, I mean, that's really cool. That's a really good incentive.
Mm-hmm.
And Christina, last semester, Christina was like the sweeper. She like got everything. She got all her Amazon gift card. She was doing really, really well. And I think you're doing well now too. So might be another sweep. And a few people in here have a lot of gift cards. So make sure you come to the awards.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think what I like about it too is that it's not like a competition. Like the only person you're competing against is kind of like yourself. It's not like you get thrown into like you get a ticket or something and then maybe you'll win a gift card. It's like an automatic gift card if you
Right.
do well. So I think that's cool too.
Cool. I agree.
Yeah.
All
Well, have
right.
a nice
So
weekend.
everybody have a good weekend, but I'm not even going to say that because I will see you soon. And I'll see you at 11:30. Okay. Good job today. Good work. I really think you guys were like putting in your best effort. So I'm proud of you. All right. Okay. Goodbye.